Hi everyone. So this is not the video I had planned to go out today, and nor is it the video I had planned to film today. I had plans to film something quite fun for you guys, but I unexpectedly lost my little bird yesterday, Pablo, my little lovebird. And it was very, very sudden and unexpected, and I felt like I had no time to even do anything about it. If you guys have seen my video on my lovebirds, you'll know that I have 3 lovebirds, or had 3 lovebirds. I have 2 now. And they are a big part of my life, and I love them dearly. And Friday night, I had them out, and Pablo was a little sleepy, a little lazy, but I didn't think too much about it Friday night, just because, you know, when I let them out, it was already starting to get dark because it's winter time, and I can only let them out after 5 in the week anyways because of work, so I usually let them, you know, after work, and then on weekends I can let them out during the day, so I didn't think too much of it. I'm like, okay, you know, tomorrow's this Saturday, I'm just gonna let them out again anyways, and it'll be sunny, and he'll probably be more awake. And then, so I let them out to play, and he played around a little bit, but he wasn't playing much. He was more interested in just napping in front of the window, just in the sunshine. And, you know, I was holding him a lot, and he was still playing with my hair and sitting on my shoulder and my hand. And I was a little concerned at this point, though, you know, just being a worried bird mom. I've had so many pets in my life, so I've dealt with great loss a lot of times, and you know, you're concerned. You want to make sure your little babies are okay. So I emailed my vet. Unfortunately, my vet is closed on the weekends, so I was, you know, I'm like, okay, I'll ask to see what she thinks, if I should be worried about this. Maybe he's just having a couple sleepy days. Like I said, it was just a couple days. He seemed okay before that, and Pablo's always been a little bit different than the other two. He's always been a little bit lazier, a little less energetic than the others. And I'll get a little bit more into that in a second. But basically what happened is the next day, so yesterday, Sunday, I started getting really, really concerned. I sent another email to my vet. I'm like, I want to get him as soon as possible, so when you get this, please book me an appointment. But then I'm like, no, I want to get him in now. So the difficulty with having a bird, especially in a small city, is that there isn't always an aviary vet, you know, available. There has to be a specialized vet there. And, you know, there's way more people that deal with cats and dogs and, you know, those types of animals than they do birds. So I called an emergency vet clinic in my city, and unfortunately they had no avian vet available at all. And they basically said, they're like, I mean, you can bring them in, but we don't know much about birds, so obviously that wasn't going to do much. But they said, no, there's this other place that you can try, but it was actually an hour and a half drive from my house. But I called them, I booked an appointment. I was full on, like, I've never driven to this city before. I probably wouldn't be super comfortable with the drive, but I was ready to do it because I love my bird so much. I love Pablo, so I was going to do the drive to get him there, and it was a few hours from the time that I called. Long story short, he just kept getting more weak and lethargic as the day went on, and he was, you know, just letting me and my mom cuddle him, and, you know, letting my mom hold him in a way that he would have never let her hold him. Like, he used to perch on her hand, but he would have never let us, you know, cuddle him in this way, really, you know. He was more so just like, oh, I'm gonna sit on your shoulder or your hand or something, and he wasn't himself, and he just seemed to get more weak and weak, and I got really concerned when I saw him, you know, trying to fly up to the other birds, but he couldn't quite make it. So time goes on, and while I also had this appointment for this vet clinic that was an hour and a half away, we're also making calls to other places out of town that are a little bit closer, hoping that we can find something. And we couldn't really find anything. This one place was maybe like a half an hour less of a drive, but they were going to charge me like 3 times the amount of money before any sort of diagnosis just for the initial exam. And it just, that honestly, it breaks my heart. And I know vets and stuff, they need to make money, but like, it's just like, at what point are you just taking advantage of somebody's grief and love for their pet that you're just gonna like milk them dry of their money? But anyways, that it didn't even get to that point anyways, because I was literally in the laundry room getting my coat on. I had Pablo in the carry cage and I was ready to go, and then I saw him. He was in the, I put this little, it's almost like a tent hammock type thing for him to like lie in comfortably while I transport him, and he just kind of, he was trying to climb out of it, and he was kind of like leaning forward and stumbling. It looked like he was gonna fall out, and I'm like, what are you doing, Pablo? Just lie down. And then I opened the cage and I pulled him out, and I didn't want to give up on him, but at the same time in that moment I knew that he was going, so I just held him basically until he passed in my arms. It is so hard experiencing that. You know, I've lost so many pets, but it doesn't get easier. And in that moment, it's just, I felt like my parrot Patrick all over again, just the way he passed, and I just felt like I was reliving a trauma, really. I love all my birds deeply, and I have a deep connection to all of them. But Pablo and I had this really special connection because he was the first one that approached me, and he was the first one that bonded to me. And it was his trust and his love for me that actually helped the other two to bond to me too. Because when I first got them, they were very, you know, fearful, and I took on 3 little birds at the same time, and it makes it harder to bond to your birds because they flock together. So it took a lot of, you know, work with them and a lot of time and patience to earn their trust and their love, and we have such a beautiful relationship now, but Pablo is the one that led that. I'm sure he had more of a greater purpose than this, but my boyfriend mentioned this, and it's funny he did because I was thinking the same thing, but we think that maybe part of Pablo's purpose was to really, you know, initiate that trust and that bond so that I could have this beautiful relationship with my other 2 birds as well. In hindsight now, I think Pablo had some sort of condition or disease that he was probably born with that we didn't know about. About a year ago this time, I actually was concerned about his behavior just because he's always been kind of a lazier than the other birds. He's always just loved to eat and sleep a lot, and he did play a lot with them and fly around as well, but he never had the extent of energy as the other 2, and he's always kind of puffed his feathers up. But I brought him into the vet this time last year because I was concerned and I wanted to be on top of it. You know, I had lost a parrot that we adopted the parrot when he was already in a later age anyways, so it's not like we had this young bird, you know, he was elderly, but at the same time, there was a lot of things that, I don't know, you know, you always go back and wonder, like, could you have done more for your pet, and you feel guilty because you wish you did more, but, I mean, in reality, usually it's you've done all you could, but, you know, in hindsight, you feel guilty about things. So I wanted to be proactive, and as soon as I'm like, okay, there might be something off about him, I'm like, let's just get him a checkup, right? So I booked a checkup with my vet for Pablo, and she did an exam on him. She listened to his heart. She took a look at him. She weighed him and everything, and she was just so positive and enthusiastic that he was a super healthy bird, and she was so happy, and she said she was happy with his diet. She was happy that I let them out to fly around so much because he was getting good exercise. Like, she was very positive, and she gave me a lot of hope and relief that my bird was okay, which I'm not blaming my vet at all, but I think my gut instinct was right from the beginning that, and it might have not been something that was in my hands. Like, he could have had some genetic disorder that something he was born with that I literally couldn't have done anything about, but I think there was some underlying thing there that we wouldn't have known unless we had done, you know, like extensive tests and blood work and x-rays and I don't know, really, like, would I have wanted to put him through that, such a small little bird. I don't know if I would have wanted to put him through that kind of stress. That could have made him worse. Maybe it wouldn't have made a difference. I don't know. But I just took, you know, what the vet said at the time and trusted her and believed her that Pablo was okay. But looking back, he's always been a little different than the other two. And he's always been special in his own way, but I think he was sick from the moment I got him. I thought I was gonna have him for a longer time. And I always do my best to give him so much space to fly around and everything, but I had this big dream of mine, you know, that one day I'd be able to afford my own house and make this like extensive bird room where they could just live out their best life possible, and I could just give them even more space to fly, even more toys and stuff. And I just had this beautiful vision of this, like, I know it sounds so extra, I don't even know if I'd ever be able to afford it, but just like this dream of having basically a aviary in my house for my birds. And it just broke my heart that like Pablo won't get the opportunity to possibly see that, because I had the belief that my birds were gonna all live, you know, 15 to 20 years, and Pablo just made it, you know, he didn't make it to his 4th birthday. It's their 4th birthday on March 8th, and yeah, I just thought he was going to be with us a lot longer. I don't want to make this too long. I didn't feel right posting anything else this week. I felt like I needed to post something about Pablo, so I'm going to show you, you know, a collection of videos and pictures of Pablo just to, you know, remember him and honor him and his life and how special he was to us. And I just also felt like I needed to put an update because there's so many people that loved my last bird video, and I had fully intended to do a vlog with my birds, and that just didn't happen, at least not with the 3 of them. But anyways, in the meantime, here are some videos and pictures to honor the memory of Pablo, and for all of your support and love. Thank you so much, guys. And honestly, really, like with everything, I appreciate you guys being here and, you know, joining the family and just being a part of this channel. Honestly, guys, like, it means so much to me. And, you know, in my moments of like depression and anxiety and stuff, it just, when I see a kind comment on one of my videos from you guys, it's just, it means the world to me, and it does lift my spirits up a lot. So I do really appreciate that. And yeah, without any further ado, here are some videos and pictures honoring my beloved Pablo. Ew! Look at you, cute. Come on, buddy. Come on. Hi, bud. Hey, bud. Is that what you're looking for? Are you looking for some knobs? Are you looking for knobs? Do you want me to open the treats? Do you want me to open treats for you? Are those yummy? Pablo likes his treats. There they go. Hey, Pablo. There you go, buddy. I love you. You're so cute.
Oh my god, Pablo's always looking for the noms. He found them. Pablo? Buddy? What do you think you're doing?
Babies, you're so cute. You're so cute. This is what Pablo keeps doing. He just likes to hop onto my head. He just like lands there. What are you doing on my head? Hey, bud? Do you enjoy being on my head? Oh, Bobs. Now look who's on my head. It's Lola until Pablo comes in because he's so jealous. Are you doing your hammer time dance? Are you doing your little dance? Yeah. Let's see your little dance. Are you getting camera shy? Dance. Show me your dance. You're so cute. You're so cute.
Have a time.
Hello, Pops. How's my little dude doing? How you doing? Oh!
Well, look who has become the crazy bird lady.
Hi, Pablo. Hello. What are you guys doing? You having fun?
Across the cage is the cutest thing ever. Pablo, you're so cute.
Are you running around? Yeah. Oh my goodness, look you go.
Alright, so the birds are playing on my head, and one of them pooped on me. I don't know who, but I'm not about to take a shower because I literally already took a shower. So I went to wash my hair in the sink. You want to come here? And this little dude thinks it's a good idea to jump on my head as I'm washing it in the sink. I don't know if he thought I was drowning or something. Like, I appreciate your concern, Pablo, but I was fine. I was just trying to wash the poop out of my hair.
What are you doing, little Pablo?
Why are you so adorable?
What are you doing?
Look your little head tilt.
Your head tilt is the cutest thing in the world.
You're so cute.
You're so cute. What you doing, Pops? Are you following me? Are you following me? What on earth are you guys doing? Are you guys causing trouble? Chico, are you looking at your beautiful, gorgeous face? Yes, you are, pretty girl.
Oh my goodness, Pablo.
Who's that? Look at that. Hi, Pops. Hi, buddy.
Oh, look at that face.
How are you guys